This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Rangers won yesterday, 5-2. Good to see Josh Young get a couple hits.
Always.
Yeah, 2 for 3 yesterday for Josh. And so much for the knee discomfort for Jacob deGrom, as he went 6, gave up 4 hits, just a run, struck out 9. Got his first win of the season as the Rangers salvaged one against the Dodgers. Dodgers just really good. They're just really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, I guess you probably should just walk away from that and go, well, they faced a really good team over the weekend, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, good. You got one.
Yeah. So you salvage it, move on to the A's. Lost Saturday 6-3 and fell Friday as well. So just didn't quite work out for you. 6:33 this morning here on the morning drive. That's something. Oh, I was going to tell you this. I don't know if you've seen this yet or not, but Jalen Petty is committed to UCLA.
Okay.
The former Red Raider.
So it gets back to the West Coast.
Yeah. And I don't think I've missed it because I've been trying to follow it as much as I can. But no additions yet for both the men and the women.
Okay.
So they're still hard at it.
Uh-oh, somebody got a bold statement wrong.
I did.
Who was it? It was you? I couldn't remember which one of you guys.
It was me. It was me. Well, I mean, we still have still have a couple hours. I mean, feel free to close a deal if there's one out there. But
Jeff's already put that together.
Okay. Yeah. So, So
that is a little surprising. Although it doesn't feel like there was a ton of signings over the weekend.
Well,
there were a few here and there.
Yeah, that the big guy from Kansas, Flory Bidunga, he committed to Louisville, and they got another guy too. Houston got some guys. I think West Virginia got some guys. I mean, TCU got some girls. So, one I think that you were really after, and was Bella Heinz from New Mexico, and she went to TCU. It was just it was a money deal from what I've read. I mean, I've not talked to anybody, so I don't know how much more they were offering versus us, and if that was the total deal or if there were other issues. But that's the case. And then this was really no surprise, but Callista Bird Martin went into the portal on over the weekend. So you have truly just one back next year.
Okay.
You got one on your roster right now. Well, two. You got, but one returning in Jalen Bristow on the women's side. So I mean, you got, and I'm sure there's plenty of work being done on this. So
I would guarantee that. Yes, I'm sure that both staffs are working hard.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. So they're just trying to figure out the right.
The hard thing to do, right, is that you got to be careful of who you're going after, right? I would, if you're going for the highest of highest, and you're not paying attention to the, maybe the next level, then you might miss out on those girls, right? Yeah. Or guys, right? I think if you're the Red Raider men, where your program is, you're probably going for the highest of highest, thinking you have a shot with those guys. Mm-hmm. For the Lady Raiders, they got to probably determine it a little bit. Okay, is that a player we even have a chance with or not? Mm-hmm. Or should we just go to that next level of really, really good player, but maybe not the superstars, whatever. So you gotta pick and choose who you're going after. It's the same thing in regular recruiting, right? You don't want to be saving a spot for somebody that you have no chance to get, and next thing you know, you end up with an empty spot or you have to pick somebody way, way, way lower down on the list because the second or third option you didn't pay enough attention to.
Yeah, that's why I think really one of the first questions that both sides are asking each other is, what's the expectation here in terms of, what kind of dollar numbers are you looking at just before you even kind of go very far down the road, especially with some of those. I think at the the top end of that stuff. It's like, okay, do we even have the dollars here to even justify bringing them in or having a conversation?
Yeah, you have to. That's totally true.
And if you don't, and I think that's more on the women's side than it is on the men's side. It's the same for a lot of other sports as well. But you got to at least have that initial conversation. I've seen this. Somebody says this: UT and Houston signed several on the men's side. UT is killing it. Okay.
I thought Houston was broke there, Kelvin. Thought they were poor.
Well,
I guess they cobbled together.
I guess they cobbled it together, right? found some change in the couch, right?
Sweet.
Yeah, right. So there's that, But I'm, and this is why it's just really important right now. I mean, I'm sure they're trying to, everybody's trying to close and get while the getting is good. And that doesn't mean that there's not going to be good players available, because there's a ton of players in the portal. It's just the best of the best are going early.
You would think so?
Yeah. The best of the best are going way early.
Yeah.
So
you try to get those guys and then fit everybody around them.
Mm-hmm. Somebody points out Josh is 10 of his last 23. Okay.
That's pretty good right there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He's figuring it out.
Almost making up for that 0 for 17 start.
That's right.
Was it 17?
Yeah, I think it was 17. I thought it
was like 13.
It was not good.
This is a little passive aggressive here. This email, this text. Got my email reminding me that I have the opportunity to renew my basketball tickets to watch an unknown group of mercenaries play this year. Ooh, I can add that to my payments for football season tickets. Yeah. We got ours too. I don't think they really went up that much. They went up a little bit, but not significant, like less than $100, I want to say, which was kind of surprising, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting chat to the chat line there. I mean, the use of the term mercenary, it's the way you have to do business with college basketball now. It really, really is. And I don't think it's ideal. Others don't care. As long as they're wearing Texas Tech, they're longtime Red Raiders as far as they're concerned. And I get that. And I just I enjoyed the game more when we kind of grew old with players.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
We saw guys develop and get better, and just felt like you knew their personalities a little bit more. It's changed the game, but it is what it is. I mean, if you're Grant McCastle and a company, that's the way you have to do business if you're going to win.
Yeah, they don't have a choice. It would have been nice to grow old with Jalen Petty, but that's not the case. 640.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Today is Monday, April the 13th, 2026. With this day in sports history, here is Jeff McGuire.
I'm going to start us off in 1926. At 38, Walter Johnson pitches his 7th opening day shutout. Not 7th opening day. His 7th opening day shutout.
How old did you say he was?
38.
Okay.
This just in, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
1954, Milwaukee Braves' Hank Aaron plays in his first game. 1984, Montreal Expos infielder Pete Rose becomes the first National Leaguer to get 4,000 hits in a career.
I think people, and I'd forgotten that he had played for the Expos, but that's kind of like Reggie Jackson playing for the Baltimore Orioles. People forget that.
Yeah, I'll never forget, just because I had baseball cards with him on the Expos, and I always thought it was so cool to have it because they seemed so rare.
Okay, yeah. I would think they are rare.
1992, the longest two undefeated baseball teams meet up in Major League Baseball. The Yankees at 5-0 versus the Toronto Blue Jays, who were 6-0 at the time. Yankees score 3 runs in the top of the 9th and win 5-2.
Well, that was a thing of the past.
Well, the whole thing here is this day in sports history.
The whole Yankees winning thing.
2004, Barry Bonds hits his 661st career home run. Why is that important? It passes his godfather, Willie Mays, on Major League Baseball's all-time list.
That's cool.
And in 2018, the number 4 Texas Tech baseball team racked up 21 runs on a Friday night to take the series opener against Kansas State 21-4. The Red Raiders scored multiple runs in each of their first 5 innings against the Wildcats at home. I think the two things today for our food go very well together. It's Make Lunch Count Day.
Okay.
And National Peach Cobbler Day. So you know how you make lunch count?
Have some
peach cobbler.
Okay, there you go.
Really light on birthdays. Hunter Pence, 43. End of list.
Okay.
I was scrolling through and I was like, YouTuber, social media, reality star no one's heard of. I'm like, who are all of these people? Hey, I know Hunter Pence. I wrote that one down. Kept looking. It was very sparse today. So today would be a good day to have your kid so that they can grow up and be famous because they'll get on the list very quickly.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And on this day, 1970. Chuck can tell us.
Yeah, Apollo 13 splashed down.
Nope. Close.
It blew up?
It blew up.
Oh, blew up today. Okay.
Today they stirred the tanks.
They stirred the tanks.
And that did not go well.
It did not go well. That's what whenever we turn on the air conditioner and tell the lucky lady I'm going to stir the tank. And hopefully the house doesn't blow up. And so far it hasn't.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's positive.
You're not exactly trying to mix the oxygen in the bottom of the tank.
No, I know.
Stuck.
I know. It's just,
yes.
I stirred the tanks today.
And that is the Stan Sports History.
All right, 6:49 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to WT973.com for that of the mobile app. This from Juan M. And I got to meet his wife this weekend. He says, my wife got to meet Chuck this weekend and said he was very nice and awesome to meet. I mean, I don't get very many of those compliments, so I'm going to read it when I can.
Oh, that's not, I don't know anybody that doesn't think you're very nice to meet once. You are very nice to people the first time you meet them.
I don't know what that means. That doesn't sound like a compliment.
Doesn't sound like a
compliment. And the third.
Yeah.
And the fourth introduction. After the fifth introduction, it gets a little silly.
Thank you guys for always entertaining us in the morning. That from 1M. Thank you, 1M. Yes, it was nice to meet your wife. She got to meet almost everybody in our group on Saturday. I forgot to introduce her to the lucky lady. She was flying by and talking, and the boys were right there, and so.
Oh, so the lucky lady did to you what you normally do to her.
No, I did it to her.
Oh, you did it to her.
I did it to her.
Well,
I did it to her.
I was pulling for you.
I didn't.
Oh, Laura.
I got the phenoms introduced, and then I forgot to introduce the lucky lady. It was epic fail on my part. Oh, goodness.
You sleep next to her.
Right.
You might want to be nice to her.
I wouldn't call that an epic fail.
It's how about this? A usual fail. Unfortunately, a usual fail. Spring game is Friday. It'll be Friday night. And I don't know what the particulars will be. I think that probably will be released today in terms of kind of how that's going to go and what they're going to do. Coach Joey McGuire is going to be meeting with the media today, along with offensive coordinator Mac Leftwich and defensive coordinator Sheil Wood. So I think it's been a little while since we've heard from Coach Leftwich and Coach Wood, right, Jeff? It's been a little while?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. And this will be, so they'll probably give an update as to how things are going to go on Friday night. Okay? We'll see what, see what, and it'd be interesting to see what kind of crowd they have on Friday night as well. Just with people.
I bet you could be good.
People coming out and kind of see the team and their first look at things, and since the game, the Orange Bowl and all those things. Let's see. JL, I believe on Friday during the This Day in Sports History segment, there was a 3-6-3 triple play mentioned. How would you describe what probably happened there?
A 3-6-3 triple play.
Yep.
I would guess, man, a line out to first, and they double the guy off at second and then throw back to first. And
That'd be my guess.
yeah, and get the guy there, the guy who's leading off of first.
Maybe guys went in, started moving right at the crack of the bat, so they were way out of position. And liner straight to first to give him time to convert the double play.
That would be, I would guess, a line out, yeah. And double the guy off of second, and he immediately throws to second and then runs back to the bag, and then they double the guy off of first, second.
Yep.
First, after the guy at second. First, second. Yes.
Baseball guys got you. We knew what you were saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably,
That would be my guess.
probably just as confusing as, when you're trying to describe it, going boom, 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 boom.
You could also do it where it's a hot hop to first. As he throws it to the shortstop, he tags the runner who is advancing in front of him and then gets to the bag at second before the runner does and throws to first. That would also be a...
Possible. What in the world was the guy doing leading off a second then? How is he getting tagged out of that situation?
I don't know, just,
maybe he thought he caught the line drive. Maybe he short hopped it and he was worried he caught the line drive, so he was heading back to the bag. That'd be bad base running, but again, who knows? Yeah, but it's possible.
From here, it's possible.
Actually,
from there,
anywhere.
actually.
Yeah,
From
anywhere.
From anywhere, it's possible. All right. There's a bit of a bumpy hour, and I was the reason for it, so I don't have anybody to blame but myself, but we will march on to hour 2 here this morning on the Morning Drive on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3. It's not always smooth, but, the clock ticks, right?
No, we got that whole power hour coming up. We're pretty much locked into it not being smooth.
We've embraced it. We definitely expect it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire and Chuck Heinz will have High School Fan Zone tonight for you at 6 on 100.7 The Score. Coaches from Estacado, Monterey, Memorial, and Liberty. All will be on the High School Fan Zone tonight. And then later on tonight on Double T 97.3, it's the Rangers and the Athletics from Sacramento. Have you seen what that park looks like at all? The one in Sacramento?
I've seen a few highlights or whatever. I don't think I've watched a full game.
Did anything stand out to you? Anything funky?
No.
No? Okay. Nothing weird, nothing.
You?
I have not. No,
Okay.
I haven't seen anything.
I thought they were putting in a big A for the A's.
Not for a couple years. Not for just a couple years. Funny guy. All right. Is it just bizarre, or is it? And maybe it's money related, but it just seems so weird that Kansas and West Virginia are leading the Big 12 in baseball. Just when you look at the geography of things.
Yeah, that's a little odd. I mean, UCF is a really good team too. I know that they had a bad weekend in Kansas, but that's a really good program too.
What has Jamie
right now
said about both of those teams, though? He said it about both of them.
They use the portal really well.
Yeah.
And
No.
where do they use the portal? In pitching.
Pitching.
Yeah.
Those are the two best pitching staffs in the Big 12.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all that they're on top of the Big 12.
Well, it just seems odd, and then
Kansas
Arizona
is on fire right now.
Yeah, and then they're on the outside looking in right now. If you're looking at the Big 12 tournament,
Yeah, they've had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a team that was in Omaha a year ago.
yeah.
No.
So there you go. All right,
It's crazy to look at Kansas with their only 3 Big 12 losses and know that 2 of them came to the Red Raiders. It just kind of shows you the potential that you have, and that you can play with good teams. Again, I thought you played a lot of good baseball this weekend. A lot of good baseball.
Okay, so I wanted to get your take on the announcement Friday that Texas Tech will play on not only Friday against Houston, September the 18th, but also on Thanksgiving Day. That was the surprise, because I thought once you you're going to play one Friday game, but now you're playing a Thursday game on Thanksgiving Day plus the Friday game against Houston. Were you surprised by that?
Didn't know that one was coming, so I guess surprised, yeah.
Not
like, oh my gosh, what in the world? I mean, I think we all knew it could happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we had I'd heard that was a possibility, but I figured that after the the Houston announcement, basically that you were just going to be at one game. I mean, not everybody's playing 2 games off of Saturdays, but there are other games that are interesting as well. But your thought on playing on Thanksgiving Day?
It's an odd weekend, obviously, with the holiday there on Thursday. We see a lot of games be played on Friday. The one thing that I don't like about it is that it forces me to have to make employees work on that day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind. It's not a big deal to me at all. For me personally, I'll eat turkey the next day if I need to. I mean, what's the big deal?
Right? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and it's not like I get together with a huge group of family members that I can only see on that day or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll probably have family come to town and I'll see them the next 2 days. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal to me. But I'm sure there are people in our world. We use students to help us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to have to tell students as I hire them in the fall, are you willing to miss Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
If not, we don't need you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I hate that part because you don't want to do that to people, but I hate that part of it. But otherwise, there are less games then, bigger, marquee audience or whatever, as far as, there are less games, and so people are sitting around doing family things, and a lot of times that includes sitting on the couch watching football games
mm-hmm.
and all that. And so it'll be a more marquee spot, So I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me that much.
Would you like that to be a night game?
No.
You'd like it to be.
It's cold.
It's cold. Well, it could be. It could be.
November 26th, traditionally is pretty cool around here.
It could be cold, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to have to hear from you and others, well, man, it was cold, so we had to leave. I had to take my wife home. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. We want fans. We want butts and seats.
We stay thick and thin, man.
Stop. You've told us plenty of times before that hasn't happened.
I have not left the game early. I have not.
Yes.
I have not.
So now you're throwing the lucky lady under the bus. Okay. Because you have said she has left early.
She has left early.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want it to be cold. Yeah. So you want people.
It was more the heat than it was the cold. It wasn't the cold. And it was the heat.
I want people in the stands cheering on our team. So a night game at that time of the year seems like it would be cold. I don't think that would be ideal.
Do you think people are because I really haven't seen that much outrage about Thanksgiving as opposed to the Friday night game against Houston? Or is it?
I didn't see that much outrage about the Friday night thing.
Well, maybe it just came from one person then. It seemed like there was more outrage about September the 18th than there was about Thanksgiving Day.
I would agree with you, and I think that has to do with, again, it's a funky weekend with the holiday and all that, so people are off and all that good stuff.
And like you said, we've celebrated Thanksgiving many a time on Saturday or Sunday, or I think last year it was Friday. I know it was Sunday, I think, when everybody got back to town, because in our group, not everybody's here on Thanksgiving, which is great. We kind of you just share holidays with the other side of the family. So it just works out. I did find it odd that some of these other games that are going to be on a Friday, for instance, Missouri and Kansas are going to play on Friday, September the 11th, which I thought was odd. The next week it's Texas Tech and Houston. UCF is playing 2 Friday games. Iowa State and BYU are going to play a Friday game there in Provo.
Just goes to show we're not the only one asked to be playing on a Friday.
Yeah. And Baylor and UCF are going to play on Friday, October the 30th. And then UCF is also playing another Friday game. TCU and Arizona will play a Friday game in November. And Colorado and Houston will play a Friday game in November. So Houston has 2 Friday games. Iowa State plays UCF on November the 20th. I'm not sure the name of their stadium, Acrisure Bounce House. That sounds like something you'd see at Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
Acrisure, I'm not sure what that is.
The Acrisure part or the bounce out part?
The Acrisure. I know what a bounce house is, but I'm not sure what Acrisure.
Which part makes it sound like Chuck E. Cheese?
The bounce house.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Bounce house and stuff like that. Have you been in a bounce house recently? Moonwalk or anything like that? No.
Not recently.
Not recently. West Virginia and Utah will play the Friday after Thanksgiving. Would you have rather played the Friday after Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Day? If you had your choice.
Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. Because getting people to set that thing up on Thanksgiving, impossible.
Okay. Get it out of the way. Get the game out of the way.
Yeah, and then people can go home on Friday.
Yeah. Or
after the game Thursday.
Or do whatever it is that they're going to do.
Yeah.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3. Presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, let's just pretend that all games on the Red Raider football schedule are scheduled for a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I am giving you the power to take one of those games and move them to any other day of the week.
Okay.
Any other day of the week.
Like home or away, or just the home games?
Any other game.
Any other
You can move to any other day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Which day are you moving those games?
Because every game's going to be a Saturday right now.
Okay. Well, Chuck looks. I got an answer.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I'm moving Abilene Christian. Season opener. Moving that to Thursday. Completely kick off college football. Thursday night game at the Jones. It's, you're going from September 5th to September 3rd. You get it out of the way early. It's going to be attacking Abilene Christian crowd anyway. You're not going to be... Everybody isn't circling this game on the calendar necessarily that they have to get here for this game. It's the season opener. They want to get here. Move that one. Abilene Christian's close. Travel is easy for everybody. Move that one.
That's actually a pretty good idea. Or even put it on, or even put it on Friday and make it a...
No, because there's other teams that start on Friday. I want to be before them. I want everybody to watch the awesomeness of us playing Abilene Christian.
There are other teams playing in week 0, so you wouldn't technically be kicking off the season.
We're close.
It wasn't quite so awesome last time. Hopefully it's more awesome this time.
Yeah.
I guess it ended up being good. You won, right.
Wins are important.
All right, so if I'm being selfish, which, a lot of times...
Usually are.
Wow. A lot of times I am. I was going to say that. A lot of times I am, but you just beat me to the punch. No, I'm not going to move Halloween because that's going to be spectacular. It's going to be spectacular.
I think that's a good answer.
But I'd move it to Friday night just for me selfishly because I like going trick or treating with the boys.
That would be good for a lot of fans.
Move it to Friday, and that way you have that Saturday open the game against Arizona. Just put it at 8:00.
I think you guys have both had really good answers. I think a lot of Red Raider fans would like the fact that, hey, it's not messing with Halloween and I can do things with my kids. So I think that's a good answer. I'm with Jeff. I would love, because I think it right now is a ho-hum game, Abilene Christian. I've told you guys before when we had this discussion about Friday or Thursday, there's a different vibe. It's just different when you play those games. Mm-hmm. Usually it's Thursday, but it's just a different vibe. I think people are excited about it. It's just different, and it changes up the week. And I think you're taking a game against Abilene Christian where you're thinking you're going to win by 60, and I just think it gives. I'm not saying you're not going to win by 60 on Thursday night, but I just think it excites people differently. It's clearly going to be a night game, first game of the season. I think people will be fired up. I think it'll be a cool atmosphere if you did that. So I'm with Jeff. Go back to September the 3rd, the Thursday night, and schedule that Abilene Christian game there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it would give you a couple extra days to prepare for a road trip to Oregon State. So that would be good.
This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. So all out-of-town travelers for ACU miss 2 days of work, not missing work for ACU. Okay? Hey,
But, I mean, that's a legitimate concern in that.
Yeah, I get it. I get it because it is a challenge. I wonder, and I know they know over at Texas Tech, over at the athletics department, I wonder what percentage of our season ticket holders are outside of what we would consider the Lubbock metro. And I'm gonna go as far north as Plainview and as far south as Lamesa and east
Crosbyton.
Yeah,
I'd say east of Crosbyton, west of Littlefield. That I would call that.
Yeah.
Now that's also covering like a 9-county area there.
Yeah. So we're talking about a 70-mile range.
Yeah.
Of Lubbock that I would consider that. So I would consider Amarillo and Midland, Odessa obviously out of town, and anything in New Mexico, Roswell, and then like Big Spring, Sweetwater, that area too.
Yeah, all that would be out of town.
My guess is it's probably somewhere around. My guess is somewhere around 30%. Maybe it might even be a little bit higher of season ticket holders. So, but
that feels high, but I don't know that it is for the 30%.
Yeah, so it's because that's always the argument that you hear. So and it's legit. I mean, and for a lot of colleges, I mean, but for us especially when the biggest your biggest melting pot is Dallas, and it's 6 hours away, or Fort Worth, that area. Couple things here from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. The Friday night stuff is already so tired. I think that's going to die down. And I think it already has died down. Funny that folks thinks the Big 12 is punishing Tech when these two games are the biggest compliment ever. The TV networks want to highlight our program when almost no other college football is on. That's a good point.
I agree. I mean, Again, you're getting a primetime audience.
Somebody wants to know day or night Thanksgiving. Don't know.
Yeah, I would guess that they're not going to put it at the same time as the Cowboys, right?
Yeah. I mean, the Lions traditionally have that kind of early game, and the Cowboys kind of have the late game. There is an NFL game.
Not late game, middle game.
Well, what I meant was, the 3 o'clock game.
That's not a late game.
Yeah. We used to call it the late game, but yeah, you're right.
There's a night game. That would be the late game.
There's a night NFL game now. Mm-hmm. So you're going to compete. You're going to compete against that.
Yeah, so I would bet. I'll be really surprised if it's not a night game.
Yeah, I will too. Like maybe even might be a 6 o'clock start. To kind of get ahead of the end, but kind of be sandwiched in between the end of the Cowboy game and the start of the next game, the NFL game.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Double T 97.3 presents the Morning Drive Power Hour. The Power Hour is presented by Service Compression. Committed to service, advanced technology, and field-proven compression expertise in the oil field. See them at servicecompression.com.
My bad.
No, we're this 3-pronged plug, okay? And I feel like one of the plugs, one of the prongs in the plug has been, I've been off today, okay? Jamie's been the one spark of electricity that's been consistent the whole day. You've been.
These conversations make me so uncomfortable.
Well, no, you've been no. There's.
You have done everything you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I just show up and talk, man. I just show up and talk.
And you have done excellent at that.
Spark of electricity.
Well, I mean, I said, you're the consistent one. You're the
Just
like
do my job, man.
You're the main one. You know, the three prong.
I think you guys have been great. I mean, I don't know what we're
lamenting about.
I don't know what we're doing right now. Besides, taking away 45 seconds of our listeners' lives that they'll never get back.
Okay, well, I feel like we take 3 hours of your life every day that you'll never get back. Okay, some thoughts from the Yates Flooring Center chat line as we come to you from the First United Bank studio. Let's see. The issue with the Friday night game is for parents with high school kids in athletics. Yeah, we've talked about this. We get it, man. We get it. We understand. We've all had kids go through high school, and there's been times when you've had to miss stuff because of that. You make a choice. You either go for your kids or you go for your sports teams. And if you're going for your sports teams, then I think you've made the wrong choice. I think you got to go for your kids.
Well, and also remember that, again, nobody at Texas Tech signed up for this as far as, hey, they didn't call the Big 12 and say, hey, schedule as many of these games on Fridays and Thursdays as you can. They didn't do that. I mean, they have to. They're required to, when the Big 12 and the networks that pay them all sorts of money, they are required to sometimes have to move their games to Fridays or Thursdays or whatever. It's part of the deal. It's part of the TV contract. So it wasn't chosen by Texas Tech. So
it's not like they're like German bat ball, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me.
At the same time, I think Texas Tech and this three-pronged plug. Boy, that's a compliment.
It was intended that way.
We totally get it, but at the same time, we don't think it's the end of the world. Yeah. I mean, it's not ideal.
We have 10 to 12 couples in our tailgate group. Great for you. The texts have already been rolling in about not being able to make that one. I'm sure we are not the only tailgate group that will be at 20%. Well, then find some more friends. Invite some new ones. This from the Yates. Speaking of new ones, man, we had just a. I hate even bringing this up because it's.
Don't stop. You haven't yet.
It's just gonna.
You don't have to.
It's just gonna make me look bad.
Then don't. Don't stop talking. Move on.
But I can't help myself.
Help me help you.
We get to church on Easter Sunday, and there's somebody in our pew, but I didn't say anything. I just went ahead. I mean, it's not reserved. It doesn't say reserved. It's just like, but it's where we sit every Sunday. And it's like, of all the empty pews that were taken, this couple chose ours. And they were new. They hadn't been there before. So it greeted them, welcomed them. Hey, thanks for coming. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. My name's Blah. This is my wife, Blah. And, sat down in number 6 instead of number 7.
That is the most unchristian thing I've ever heard you say. You welcome them with open arms, Chuck. You appreciate that they are there.
I did.
Okay.
I did all
and
that.
then you don't be bitter about it.
Well, I'm not bitter.
So a week later, 8 days later,
I know we got to church
you're
yesterday.
Still lamenting that somebody sat where you normally. He actually said my pew. Or did you say our?
I think
our pew.
Our pew. Yeah. Well.
Oh my goodness.
I
tried to talk him out of it.
I was just trying to be funny.
No, Chuck. No, you can't say these things. Okay, and act like we don't think you mean them.
Well, I wasn't like.
And again,
bitter.
my confusion about so much of you. We all do dumb things. We all are not proud of ourselves for doing dumb things, thinking dumb things, saying dumb things. But you come and not only do you brag about them, but you brag about them on the radio. I just don't understand you. Guess what? I do a lot of dumb things. I really do. Mm-hmm. I am not proud of my actions a lot of times.
Well,
and I don't bring them to the radio. I try to run from them. I don't plug my three-pronged plug in and broadcast it to the world.
Well,
What's the saying about, keep your mouth shut and we think you're dumb, open up your mouth and we know you're dumb?
Yeah, well,
this is a saying that kind of fits there.
It's probably so.
I've got you fooled, Chuck. I do just as many dumb things as you do. I just don't tell you.
I just kind of felt like we needed
don't tell you.
I just kind of felt like we needed
You think I'm a smart guy. I'm not.
Just kind of felt like we needed
the only thing I do that is smart is don't tell you.
There. Don't publicize your crimes.
That I do. Unless I think they're funny, then I'll tell you. Okay? You being mad at somebody sitting in quote unquote your pew is dumb.
I just was like, well,
it's unchristian of you.
Well, I don't know about that. I wouldn't go
it
that.
is unchristian.
I wasn't
You're
mad.
supposed to welcome people in the Methodist Church.
I did welcome them. I did say.
You know what you could have said?
Glad to have you.
Well, you guys have great ideas where you should
You're in my
say,
spot.
let us introduce ourselves.
You're in my spot.
Did I say you're in my spot? No.
I mean, I will admit there is a joke about Easter Sunday that you see people that you only see. Right. I said it to Haxton during Bark in the Park night. I said Bark in the Park night at Rip Griffin Park is like Easter Sunday at church. Mm-hmm. You see people that you only see once a year.
Right.
Okay.
And he's not just talking about the dogs.
Because some people enjoy Bark in the Park, so they bring their dog to the park. It's the only time they come watch the Red Raiders play.
Let's see. This I think this is somebody new. Chuck, just as I thought you couldn't say anything dumber day in and day out, that tops them all. What a moron. Okay.
Oh, that's not even the top 5 of things.
Come on, we can do better than that.
Dang it, Chuck. Just when I wanted a business card, now you're making me question myself. I was just, just being straight up, man.
Laura would
not
be
happy.
so disappointed with you now for sharing that.
She's constantly disappointed.
I get the walking in and then like, oh man, somebody's in my spot.
That's it.
I get it. Yeah. And that's about as far as it goes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm glad that you welcomed them.
I did.
I hope you made a new friend.
What a way to kick off Power Hour. Going to be a good week. Kind of felt like this was Power Hour stuff. Oh, man.
Chuck, don't ever listen to things I say because this show would be boring if you didn't tell your stories.
Steven,
keep talking.
Steven
keep it going.
Wow, Chuck.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet973.com.